Why? Why do you do this? This is usually the first question people ask me when I tell them about this original and a bit illegal hobby I have, or used to have. Rooftopping, urban exploring, urban climbing. Yes, sometimes at night, when people go back home, I climb scaffoldings, cranes, and just have a nice moment watching over the city. Why? Because I think it's beautiful. I find poetry in this. When I'm up a city, Paris, Buenos Aires, Mexico, I just breathe in the scent of the city. Time slows down, stops. It smells like freedom. I can see cars in the streets, people going back home, the light of the city, of the monuments of Paris, and it's a very nice feeling. When I was a kid, my dad told me about this French wire walker, Philippe Petit, a French guy, who in 1974, he crossed the Twin Towers on a cable with no safety. And during a whole year, he pretended to be a worker when the towers were in construction, and he checked everything, and he did this plan to cross the two towers. And on this morning, when he did it at sunrise, then he got arrested. The police took him, and the journalist asked him, why? Why do you do this? You're crazy. And he said, what do you mean, why? I do it because it's beautiful. And you don't need a permission to do beautiful things. You don't need any permission to do what you love. But how did I start climbing rooftops and buildings and cranes and stuff? Well, it's back 12 years ago. I just met a new friend, Simon, and I was going back home. It was with me. And it was in my hometown, and there was a church. And at the church, there was a scaffolding. And I told him, hey, the view up here must be very nice. We should try to climb. You know when you have this idea, suddenly like a challenge? And he told me, yeah, let's do it. It was the first time I would climb a scaffolding, not the last. And I discovered it was actually very easy because they're done to climb on. They're built for this. And it was amazing. The city was amazing. We could just, touch the very old wall stones of the church. And we came down, and I never stopped. Every time I could, I had to climb a new building, a new monument. And at some point, I was living in Paris. And I met new people of the community of climbers, urban explorers. And we had bigger and bigger goals. And someday, I was walking in Rivoli Street near the Louvre, and what did I see? Scaffolding on the Louvre. I took my phone, I called a friend of the community of climbers, and I told him, you will never believe what I'm seeing. The plan was on. We had to check where were the cameras, at what times the museum were closing, when it was opening. So I even checked the brand of the cameras to see on the website of the cameras if they were cameras or movement detectors. And I was feeling like a spy, like preparing a big crime. And I had a lot of fun preparing it. And then the night of the artistic crime was arrived. So I was with this guy, and we managed to climb, avoiding the cameras, the detector movements, the guards. And we're up to the rooftop of the Louvre, the most visited museum of the world. I don't know if the safest, but it was very nice because under our feet we had billions of euros of paintings, sculptures, and it was huge. The Louvre is huge, and we walked up the roof during 4 full hours. We forgot totally about time, and it was a very nice experience. And I had at this time a Facebook page, and my parents were seeing my pictures. What did you say about this? Well, they were happy because my dad told me about this French wire walker. He was telling me, do what you love. But about the rooftop things, it's better if you tell me afterwards. I want to sleep well. So when I was doing exploration, I would tell him it after. But on the Louvre, yeah, it's one of my best memories because, I mean, the view of Paris was amazing. And we didn't get caught. We even saw on the rooftops sculptures or details that only we could see. As if architects who built the Louvre would have thought about, what if someday some crazy person or persons come up to the rooftop and they want to see what's there. And I continue this exploration more and more. At some point, some journalists came to me. And I was like, wow, it's really cool. I mean, they want to know what I do. And what I really loved is that they did appeared in a small TV documental with other stories. And they did a nice portrait. I mean, it could have been worse, or doing like this crazy French girl do this, but no. They followed me, they let me explain why do I do this. And they did a nice portrait. They asked my mom, how do you feel about your daughter? She's doing this. And she answered the same as my dad. She told them, well, she's doing what she loves, so I trust her, and I'm happy she's doing this. And someday I'm in Paris, and Simon, you know this friend from the beginning, is coming to Paris. And I tell him, well, let's go climbing. And he said, yeah, sure. So I had in mind a new spot, the Lutetia Hotel. It has a big story. It's a very famous hotel of Paris. And it was in renovation. We got in. We reached the rooftop. We explored a little bit. And we start to walk a bit further. I want to reach a spot. I know people had some good explorers have been to this spot, have very nice pictures. And I want the same picture. I want to reach the same spot. So we were trying to go, but at some point there was a big wall higher than the rooftop. And the only way to continue is to walk on a small ledge, 10 meters above the floor. So, and there was a ledge also for my hands and for my feet. I feel totally safe, I feel happy, I feel it's a flow. I want to do it. I want to reach the spot. So I started to put my 2 feet on the ledge and my 2 hands on the other ledge, and just starting to move on. And I'm feeling really happy, peaceful, powerful. Yeah, I'm feeling powerful and free. And at some point, I'll watch Simon, and I'm saying he's not following me at all. He stayed on the safe part of the roof. And at this moment, I'm thinking, I want to reach this spot. I can have nice pictures, and with Simon too, and it would be amazing. But I'm seeing I'm at my friend's, and he's not happy. He's shaking, he's scared. He's telling me, I don't want to call an ambulance if you make a mistake. You are 10 meters above the floor. The edge is 15 centimeters wide. Come back. And I'm watching him. We are doing eye contact. And I'm like this, he's like this. And at this moment, I switched my mind. And why? Because I remember all the times he supported me and he came with me on my adventures. I remember he's the first one who climbed my first scaffolding. So he's a very meaningful friend. So step by step, I come back. We hug each other, we look at the stars, we look at Paris. We had a very nice conversation this time. And every time I go to France and I see him, we keep climbing together. And he became crazy, even more than me. Last time we get in a courtroom illegally in France during the night, it was crazy. Every time I'm on a rooftop with him and we have the risk to be arrested, I'm just thinking, it's fine, because you need the permission to do beautiful things.